So the word meditation is different meanings for different people, and then there are different schools and thoughts and methodologies. So it's not something that is standard or fixed. But before we go into that, I think it would be good to examine why we even want to do something like this. What is it that motivates? So just you think along with me. eh? So we can do this journey together. We go through life, and then there is a pleasure, and there is pain, and then there are thoughts, and there are emotions, and then there are situations, and then there is fear, and then there is grief, there is joy, there is attachment, there is separation. So many things happening. Then you start at some point to wonder, what is this all about? What is going on? What's the purpose? Why are we here? What do we want? What is our destination? Why are we undergoing all of this phenomena? Can we really find peace? Or is this going to be the story of our entire life? Up and down, up and down, up and down, pleasure and pain. Love and hate, in this pair of opposites. And then, one fine day, or probably not a very fine day, we are dead. Finish. Drama is over. Of course, the drama goes on, but you are not there. What is it all about? What's the story? Something in us wants to know. Something in us wants to grow beyond that in some sense. Not get totally caught up in these waves or the turmoil of our mind. Because our life is like a boat that is being tossed up and down by the high waves of the ocean, completely at the mercy of the storm, of the weather. No control at all. Somebody says something, does something, immediately, "Oi, oi, 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 how can he do this?" The mind starts. The stock market goes down. My God. It goes up, my God, again. Means our whole destiny is controlled by uh, external circumstances. We are reacting, up and down, like the ocean waves. And our little boat. So these questions come. What is it about? Why are we here? What is our destination? Can we find peace? Can we rise above this turmoil of the mind? Do these questions come to you also? Sometimes or no? I hope so. Otherwise there's no hope. So then, there is a very, very fundamental question beyond all of this. And a question that people find it very difficult to answer. Okay. So let me tell you a small story of a British journalist called Paul Brunton, who came to India to look for mystics and magicians. And finally he was guided to a saint called Ramana Maharishi, who lived in South India. And he was just sitting in his one place in a mountain, Arunachala. He was just sitting there for 40, 50 years. Didn't move out of that mountain at all. And people would come, sit in front of him. He would be lost in his own universe. Sometimes when he came back to the present world, people would ask him questions and he would give replies. Paul Brunton went there, and when the Maharishi came back to earth, so to say, he asked him some question. He said, what is spirituality? Maybe something like this. How do I find peace? Oh, something like this. What is the meaning of all of this? Same questions that we ask. The same questions that we ask. What is the purpose? What is the destination? Why are we here? How do we find peace? What is this life all about? Some such question he must have asked. I don't remember exactly. It's written in the book. He has written a book, A Search in Secret India. In this he has written this chapter. And the Maharishi looked at him and he asked, "Who are you?" And Paul Brunton said, I am Paul Brunton. And Ramana Maharishi said, oh, but that's your name. Who are you? He was a little puzzled because normally even a reasonably intelligent person should understand when you tell your name, that's who you are. But he said, no, that's your name. Meaning thereby, it's a name given to you. Somebody said you are Paul Brunton, you could be anybody. You could be Mocha Mocha. I mean, what difference does it make? It's just a name, a label that has been stuck on you. It's not you. So he said, well, I'm a British journalist. And he said, well, that's your nationality and your profession. Again, two more labels. Who are you? He got completely confused. He said, either this man is an idiot or I am an idiot. Something is not okay here. I just told him my name, my profession, my nationality. What else he wants to know? So he left the ashram. He said, I've come to the wrong place. And then he wandered around India another couple of years. And then at some point he realized the only man that made sense was that Ramana Maharishi. So he went back to him and he said, who am I? He said, you tell me, who am I? And Ramana Maharishi said, that's exactly what you need to find out. And he said, when you find that out, then you will have no questions at all. Because the I is the one to whom those questions even occur. I want to know. I want to find out. What is my destination? Why am I here? So everything arises from something called I. Who is this I to whom these questions arise? Who is this I to whom the thoughts arise? Who is the I who feels pleasure and pain? Who is the I who says, I am happy? Who is happy? It's not your name, it's not your nationality, it's not your profession who is happy. Who is this I who says, I am happy? And the Maharishi said, when you find out, then there will be no questions. And Paul Brunton said, what do you mean by this? And he says, Maharishi says, the question, who am I, is not meant to find the answer. The question, who am I, is meant to get rid of the questioner. That when you really examine who the I is, at some point, the one who wants to know also disappears. Do you understand? Or no? Yes or no? You are not supposed to understand, that's why. Well, how can we get to this point? This is very interesting. It's probably the most important journey that we will make in our lives. And what is that journey? That journey is to examine who is this I. I'll try to summarize it for you. It's actually very simple. But as I try to summarize it, it would be very, very important that you uh, don't only listen to it, but to experience it now and to know what I say to be your truth, not my truth. So the summary of it is as follows. That when you look into your own self, into your mind, the thought of I arises in your mind. How do you know that? Because in deep sleep, when the mind is not functioning, you don't have a thought I. You don't know your name, you don't have a body consciousness. What happens to you? In deep sleep, there's nothing at all. You are not a doctor, you are not a lawyer, you are not a Hindu or a Muslim or an Indian or a Britisher. There is only silence. Yes or no? Only when you wake up, when the mind wakes up, then, oh, I am so and so, now I've got to go to work, I am a doctor, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to shout at him, I have to scream at that guy, I have to hear that guy screaming. The whole story starts. So our mind is the place where our identity resides. We know who our identity is: my name, my profession, my gender, my nationality, my community, my relationships, my position, whatever it be that I associate with I is actually a thought of the mind. It's a mental thought, a concept. It's a concept that either has been given to you or you have acquired it. So then, what is a thought? Again, a thought is something that is fleeting or temporary, that comes and it goes. Now, take a pause. and see if you can uh, observe the thought as you just passively, without doing anything. Hmm? See if you can observe the thought. Thoughts come, thoughts go. They're never going to stay. And never there's going to be one thought. It's going to be many. One comes, goes. One comes, goes. Many thoughts coming and going. Can you see that? Can you observe your thoughts? Yes, no. Now, there's something very, very interesting. Because the moment you observe your thought, you shift gear in some sense. And you relocate yourself from an active part of the mind where the thoughts are and where the action is. To a part of the mind which is merely witnessing, which is not thinking, but which is observing the thought. There is a passive mind. Right now we are in this kind of passive mind. It's just watching, observing. We are not going to do anything, just watching. Seeing what's going on. You can try to close your eyes and just observe. Do you see what I mean? Are you feeling somewhat relaxed? Yes, no? When you shift gears from an active mind to a passive mind, a witnessing mind, you start to feel relaxed because you're not doing anything. You are not actively participating in the process of thinking and acting. What should I do? From this active, you go into just watching. So you go from I am the thinker and the actor to I am the witness. Do you follow that? Yes, no. There is a third state also. Very interesting. And that state is when you look behind the witness, when you go behind or beyond. So you have the active mind in the front, the witness mind in the back, and then behind the witness is when you don't even want to witness. You say, I don't want to witness, forget it. Who wants to witness? I don't want to think, I don't want to witness. What happens then? Shall we try? So, we close our eyes. First, the mind will be active, thoughts will thoughts. Okay, I know you're there, forget it, let me witness it. I'm not going to participate, I'm not going to actively engage in those thoughts, I'm not going to make plans about those thoughts, I'm not going to give energy to those thoughts. Now I'm going to simply watch the thoughts. If you want to make it easier on yourself, start watching the breath. Become a witness of the breathing process. And then start watching the mind, the thoughts. So you are now total witness, in a witness mode. Now, take one more step and don't give any energy to the witness. Let go the mind and the thoughts. Let go the witness also. There is an area of total silence, complete emptiness, blank. In this blank silence, there is no thought, no witness, no one even, no I even. It's complete peace. Don't engage the mind. Don't engage the witness. Just let them go. Become one with the deep silence. Slowly come back. Come to current reality. Let your eyes open. Are you able to get a little glimpse of silence? Yes, no? Sorry? Yes? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, very good. So, this is just the beginning. Huh? We'll come to the I'm trying to uh, explain you the concept first. When we go into practice, things will get more clear. So the concept, idea is that I, I would like you to experience that there are three states of mind: the active mind, the passive mind, and silence. And these are the exact three states of our consciousness. We can call it the waking state, the dream state, and the deep sleep state. In the waking state, thoughts, emotions, activity, isn't it? We get up, we get into, I have to do this, I have to do that, yes, 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 yes. The thought and action, thought and action. This is the active state when we are awake, waking state. And then when we are in the state of dream state, so then we are watching, isn't it? It's like a movie we are witnessing. What do we do in a dream? We are relaxed, but we are just watching, we are doing nothing. It's like a whole movie playing out in front of us. And therefore, even we are dreaming, but we are relaxed, we are refreshed. Yeah, not a nightmare, I agree with you. But again, even in a nightmare, you are a witness. It's like a horror movie you are watching. Yes, you can wake up also. You can. But the witness state, when we are in a witness state, it's like we are in a dream state. And when we are in silence, it's like we are in deep sleep. So these three states of waking, dream, and deep sleep, we can experience when fully awake. We can. In fact, you had a small experience of it. Because these three states exist in our mind all of the time. It's like when you go to a movie and you see the movie, all the things are moving, right? But the screen is there anyway. The screen didn't go anywhere. So the state of silence is at the background of all witnessing and all thoughts. It's always there. It is the state in which other things can manifest. You don't see it because the screen is full of moving objects that take your attention. So you're not in touch with the screen. The screen is permanent, it's always there. So the deep silence is always there. And when you experience that deep silence, when you are fully awake and active also, then there is lot of peace. I can give you an example. It's like if you are on the waves, right? You are just going up and down, up and down, up and down with the waves of the ocean. If you go like 20 feet below, you can see the waves. That's the witness. You can see them, but you are not affected by them. And if you go 100 meters below, the waves are still there, but you are at peace. It's not that the mind is going to stop, but you can relocate yourself into a zone of silence anytime, all the time. And then you feel not carried away by thoughts. Now, I thought at some point in the past, I thought this is the end of the story. Because what more do you want? You are at peace. There is no I there. You are calm. Nothing affects you so much. Beautiful. You got full value of meditation. What more do you want? So there are some concepts like this in Hinduism and Buddhism, what we call as waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state are called Jagrat, Swapna, and Shushupti. This is the name in Sanskrit. And the state of deep silence within, often the Buddhists refer to as Shunyata or emptiness. The Hindus may call it Shanti or silence. So these are certain terminology. And I tell you one thing, that even coming to that understanding or experience is itself very, very valuable. It gives you lot of stability in your life. Because a simple fact is that most of our problems are caused by something called ego or identity as this or that. You know? I am his father and he dares to talk to me like this. This is our problem. Means I am so and therefore I should be treated so and so. It's this sense of who I am, this ego, is what creates most problems and conflicts in our life. Our sense of identity. So in deep sleep state, this identity is gone. There's only silence. Therefore, most people don't fight when they are in deep sleep. You must have observed. They're quiet and shant. They don't have an ego at that time. So I thought that's the end of the journey. You're peaceful, no ego, happy, no conflicts. Wow. And if you can experience that when you're fully awake, you have arrived. Nowhere more to go. But then more recently, I discovered another step. That step is as follows, that this state of waking, dream, and deep sleep, or you can say active mind, witness mind, and silence, the same thing. They are also three parts of our own mind. I am thinking, I am witnessing, I am silent. Or I feel silence, I experience peace. Are you with me? Do you understand what I'm saying? The question is there something beyond this sense of I? And the answer to that question really holds the key to something that is beyond ourself. Because still with waking state, witnessing state, or dream state and silence, we are still caught in the sense of I. This is I. I am active, I am witnessing, I am at peace. You're still limited. That's it. That's who I am. The question is there a state that is beyond all these three states, which is none of them and yet all of them? What is it that is the common substratum that is in this and that and that? What is the common thread that links all of these states? What's behind all the three at the same time? Do you follow me? Let me explain a little bit more. So, either you are active mind, or you are witness mind, or you are in silence. You are just one of the three. You cannot be all the three at the same time. You can't be awake and witnessing and peaceful and silent at the same time. You are one of the three. You can choose where you want to be. But all these three aspects of the mind are contained in a common denominator, in something larger than itself. And that which is larger is impersonal. That means it's not this I. It's as if all these three states arise and subside in an ocean which is much larger than the three waves. And in this ocean, there are not only these three waves of your own consciousness, but there are all the three states of the consciousness of everything that is in this universe. That this self, right, is a wave in an ocean of consciousness itself. That this name and form, this I as this, is not an individual entity, but it's a function of creation that comes and goes also. Like your thought. Your thought comes, your thought goes. This body and mind comes and the body and mind disappears. Millions of bodies and minds come and millions of bodies and minds disappears. Millions of earths come, earths disappear. Stars come, stars disappear. What is the common denominator? That common denominator from which all creation arises and all creation subsides. That has no name, it has no form, it has no birth, it has no death. And it includes everything. It's sampurna, it's complete. It's forever. It has no time, it has no limitation of time or space. It has no identity. We can, if you want to give it a name, you can just call it isness. Is. It is. That's all we know. It is. This will come and go. In 5 minutes, it will be called the body and it will not even have a name. But something will be always. Always was, always is, always will be. That which is. Sardarji people, they call it Sat Sri Akal. Akal means beyond time. जिसका काल नहीं है. That is Sat, that is the truth. That which has no time limitation. That which will be forever. Well, we are like little mosquitoes, we come and go. Waves in an ocean, that's it. So we can choose to see ourselves as a wave. Then we will have a birth and a death and a name and a form, etc. But if we see ourselves as the ocean, and we don't even identify with the wave. So yeah, the wave is there, but that's not me. Hey, it's there. I know that there is a wave, it has a name, it has a form, it has a birth, it has a death. Yes, there is a wave, but that wave is not me. I am the ocean. And when you drop that identity as the wave, I tell you, as if the entire weight on your shoulder is just gone. You become one with the elements. You are, when you breathe, you become one with the wind. When you look at a waterfall, the water falls through you. You become one with the music. You become one with the rhythm. Because that's what this little body consists of. It consists of earth and fire and water and air and rhythm and music. That's all it is. The heartbeat is your rhythm. Tak, 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 tak. The moment you cease identification with this, you become everything. You become it all. You are it all. You are not this little I, but you are the infinite beingness, isness, consciousness, awareness. In Hindu they call it Satchit Anand. That means truth, consciousness and unlimited bliss. You become Sampurnam, you become whole, complete. In that completeness, everything is part of. All your states of consciousness, waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, is all a part of that completeness. In fact, your whole identity is that. And when you have that kind of identity, then it does not matter if you live or you don't live. Even if you are dead tonight, who dies? It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what people say and do to you, or you're not even there. Your mind is there. The mind patterns and all this is there, you get angry. It's not as if you're yeah, become a robot or do what you want. And no, it's not like this. The mind does its stuff, but you are not identified with it. And in that kind of awareness, there are no questions. There is no one even wanting to know why we are here. What is the meaning of this? These are all questions that come from the mind. They don't come from completeness. Because completeness just is. It has no purpose to be. It is what it is. This is how it is. That state is the fourth state after these three states. And definitely, meditation is one way in which we can, it's difficult to say we can get there because we are already there. There's nowhere to go, nothing to be achieved. Everything is that I have to get there is also a quality of your ego. I want to be enlightened. Who wants to be enlightened? I am more enlightened than you are. Who is saying? Who is saying? Who is talking this? So I have no sense of I'm teaching you something or I am doing anything to you at all. We are on the same journey, and in fact, all of us are exactly the same. We are all waves of consciousness. Nothing more, nothing less. And then, when you have that kind of identity of it all, so one feeling that arises naturally is love, isn't it? Because if I am you, I have no choice but to love you, just as I love myself. If I see me as everything, therefore, I must be kind to everything, because they are all me. I must be kind to the planet. I must be kind to the environment. I must be kind to my fellow animals and humans. I must be. I don't have to be. I will be, isn't it? It has to be a natural consequence. Peace is a natural consequence. Lack of conflict is a natural consequence. And surely it's a really beautiful way to live. Really beautiful way to live. And definitely much more peaceful, much more healthy, and much more has an effect on people you come in touch with also. So that's the concept. Now to the practice. So, since we have already identified what are the different stations that we will reach, right? Andheri and then whatever, Borivali or whatever they are. So we know. How do we know? So we will start with first watching the mind, and then you will see the activity of the mind going. What is the sign of the active mind? It's restless. It's moving all the time. Makes you also want to get up and do things. Why am I sitting here? Is this a waste of time? What's happening? I mean, does this make any sense at all? Shouldn't I be going and eating pav bhaji at this? Whatever thoughts that from your laughter, I think I was not very far from the truth, huh? So it's chanchal. चंचल मन निस दिन भटकत है, भटकावत है, जिम मर कट तरु डार डार पर लटकत है, लटकावत है. The restless mind always wandering from here to there and taking you with it, like a monkey on a branch of a tree, from one tree to another, taking you with it. This is the quality of the active mind. So you will see this. What is the quality of the witnessing mind? How do you know you are in the witness mind? In the witness mind, you will be watching, but you will not be restless. Like how you sit in a movie, huh? They do anything, but you are relaxed eating a popcorn, huh? There can be murder, there can be... You just relax. So your body relaxes, your breath relaxes, it softens. And you'll find your muscles, and you have no inclination to action, just witnessing. What is the sign when you reach to the silent mind, the peaceful mind? It's total silence and no sense of I. It will be so peaceful, like you are in deep sleep. You'll wonder, am I sleeping or am I awake? And the main feeling is, I don't want to open my eyes. I don't want to come out of this. I hope he doesn't say, now open your eyes. Let this continue. I feel so much at peace. This is the sign of silent mind. So once we will go through these stages and you will reach to the side, all of you will reach. Yes, all of you will reach. If you don't, money back guarantee. Anyway, you haven't paid, so I don't lose anything. Then, what to do when you experience these three states? Then ask yourself the question, can I experience all the three states at the same time? Then you become a bigger witness in the broader witness, where you say, here is my active mind, here is my witnessing mind, here is my peaceful mind. But what is common to all of this? Who is this I who is awake, who is witnessing, and who is experiencing peace? Who is that I? It's not the active one, it's not the witness, it's not the peaceful one. Because the I is in all of them. It's the common I in all of. Who is this common I? If you keep asking this question, then a much, much, much bigger I will arise automatically. And this little I who is asking the question will just disappear. And then you may experience a state in which you are one with all creation. That there is no difference between this I and creation itself. It is possible. And then you have to translate that experience into your everyday life. Because once you experience it, it will stay with you. You cannot get rid of it after that. Because you have seen the reality. Once you have seen it, nobody can convince you otherwise. If you have tasted sugar, nobody can tell you, no, there is nothing called sweet, you know. You say, no, I know. I have tasted it. That's what we want. We want a taste of that greater identity, ultimately. Okay? So, we'll follow a technique in which you have to sit in a very relaxed posture. If you want to sit on the floor, you are welcome to. If you want to sit on the chair, you are welcome to. You have to hold this posture for 30 minutes. That's the duration of the meditation. So make yourself whatever posture you are relaxed in. The most important thing in this thing is that you shouldn't fall asleep. And that's natural to. So what you have to tell yourself is that this is not a relaxation exercise. This is not to relax you. You will feel relaxed. And when the mind has nothing to do, it wants to fall asleep because it doesn't know what else to do. Right? So you have to say to yourself, this is an active process. I'm here making an inquiry. I'm making a serious scientific study of my own mind. I'm going to examine the various parts of my mind and then I'm going to look beyond it. So therefore, keep your mind awake. Even in the states of witness and deep sleep or silence, your mind should be awake. So just that's the only caution, otherwise everything will be fine. Gently let your eyes close. First thing you observe is the breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. As you do that, normal breathing, start to watch the breath. As you watch your breath, there will be thoughts in your mind. Mind is never quiet. So first understand that all thoughts and activity are in the mind. All feelings are in the mind. Thoughts will be followed by plans to action. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. This is also in the mind, in the active mind. You don't need to stop the thoughts or the feelings or the plans. You shouldn't do that. Simply, you start to watch it. If your mind wanders off too much, then you start to watch your breathing again. By putting attention on your breathing, you will be able to have a greater control on your mind so that it doesn't take you too far. The moment you are able to get control of the mind, put your attention back on the thoughts. As I told you, you don't have to control the mind. But if it takes you too far, just shift your attention to your breathing for the time being till the mind comes back. Then back to observing your mind. In this way, by alternating between breathing and mind, start to get into the witness mode. When you are in this witness mode, attention on your breathing again. Maybe your breathing is becoming a little softer, a little shallower. Maybe the mind is not taking you away too far. The body is relaxing. Observe your breathing. It's become slower, softer. Realize that all thoughts, they come and go. All feelings come and go. Just witness it. Watch it. Maybe the mind has also relaxed. Less thoughts, less action. Just be. Now, from the state of witness, let's see if we can enter the state of deep silence. How to enter the state of deep silence by just giving up the witness. Telling yourself, I don't want to be in my active mind. I don't even want to witness. You might begin to feel sleepy. Your breath has probably become even slower and softer, almost as if it's not there. Body is relaxed, you're feeling drowsy, the active mind is not active, the witness mind is not active. It's almost as if you're in deep sleep. Just be there. Don't get back to active mind or witness mind. If thoughts arise, let them arise and go. If the witness comes, let him witness and go. Just stay with the silence. Experience a sense of emptiness deep within you. Silence, thought-free, empty. So now, try to see all the three states: active mind with thoughts and planning and action, witnessing mind, passive mind, dream mind, and peaceful mind, silent, no thoughts, no identity, no ego. Try to look from above and see all these three states of being. When you look from above at all the three states, when you take a position to look at all the three states at the same time, then you identify with none of them, and yet all of them, and much, much more. Feel inside, maybe as if you're not even there. Only the Great Spirit is there that moves into everything, that forms into everything, including you. You almost feel as if you have no body. No limitation. Observe yourself as if from a distance. Now, slowly reorient yourself back to this time and space. Know where you are on 7th floor, Other Song Academy, Andheri. It's about 8:30. you're fully reoriented, know the room you are in, people around you, and slowly let your eyes open. Keeping the same posture with the eyes open. Look at your own body and realize this is not you, just a body sitting there. Let the eyes slowly close again. Breathe in and breathe out. Just saying, breathing is going on. Don't say, I am breathing. Say, breathing is going on. In this body, breathing is going on. In this body, thoughts are going on. In this body, heart is beating. Thoughts are there. It's just a body and mind. It's not you. You are the omnipresent spirit. There is nothing other than you. You are everything there is. You are the bird that flies. You are the sky. You are the clouds. You are the sunshine. You are the river that flows. You are the earth. Let go. Let go everything. Dissolve into it. You are the rhythm. You are the music. You are the sound. Let go. Don't hold on to your identity. Let go with full heart and soul. Let go. Don't keep any piece of you behind. Don't hold on. Just let go. Now, reorient yourself again. Back to the room. Back to the same time of the day. And then, as you reorient to time and space, let the eyes open. As the eyes open, you can sit up, stretch,